Hi everyone, it's Cass. Welcome back to my channel, What Cass Read. I'm super tired, but I've got my Starbucks in my system, so there's a little bit more pep in my step, and I'm feeling really good for filming today. So what we're gonna do today is I placed a Black Friday book order. I went a little bit crazy, and I'm kind of bummed because some of my order is not in yet. It's lost. It's lost. It's lost. UPS lost it. I don't know where it is, so I've been trying to spend all weekend tracking it down. But I will showcase some thumbnails of the books that I picked out from there, so that way you don't have to miss out on what I picked for my Black Friday book haul. Oh, I ordered it from a couple different places. Oh my god, it's falling. I ordered it from a couple different places, and this is a really heavy stack. So there's my small little box, but I ordered it from Amazon. I ordered from Book Outlet. That's the one that got lost in the mail. And then, of course, Half Price Books. I picked up some stuff in person. The first book that I picked up for this haul is The Queen of the Tearling. I'm a little bit bummed that I don't have the hardcover. I did pick up the paperback, but it's because one of the books in my long lost Book Outlet order is The Invasion of the Tearling, and that was available in paperback only, so I was like, okay, well, I want them to match. This book I've heard such good things about. It's about a 19-year-old girl who was kind of living apart from her kingdom, but she is now ascending to her rightful place in the throne, and she's developing some of her powers, and it just sounds exactly like a story that I would love to read. So I've heard really great things about that, and then like I said, when I get my long lost Book Outlet haul, The Invasion of the Tearling is a part of that as well. The next book that I picked up is Witchwood by Tahereh Mafi. I have not read Furthermore, and I want to pick that one up. It's literally because of the cover. Can you see this? How beautiful this is? That I was having serious cover envy, and I really wanted to pick it up. So this book is about Layli. It's a young girl whose mother has died and her father is overcome by grief. And her role in her village is she is the person who washes the body of the dead and prepares them for burial. I want to pick up Furthermore, but this one sounded way interesting. I don't know if I'm supposed to read them in order. I've heard that some of the characters from Furthermore appear in this one. It shouldn't be that scary, right? It sounds really good, and this cover is to die for, so that's why I picked it up. Okay, so the next two books that I picked up are The Zodiac Legacy. This is Convergence, and then this is The Dragon's Return. Both of these are from Disney Press, and Stan Lee has a part in this series, but I don't think he's the main illustrator. I think Andy Tong is the main illustrator. But anyways, this tells a story about a young Chinese-American teenage boy who's on a class field trip to China, and he gets really bored because he's in a museum, and all of a sudden things come to life from what I have heard. He unlocks accidentally the powers of the Zodiac, and so there's a big bad villain in this one, and I think this is the second one, so the villain returns maybe? I picked this one up because it just looks so cool because there are some full page illustrations in here, and to be honest, I was like, maybe I should save these for my nephew. I think I'm gonna get him his own copy because I still want to read these. And then the final two, I think these are the final two young adult books that I picked out from my haul. Oh no, there's one more coming, sorry. These are the final two that I have in my possession currently for the young adult novels that I picked out. So this is A Court of Thorn and Roses, and this is A Court of Mist and Fury, both by Sarah J. Maas. I keep seeing these everywhere, and everybody always brings up A Court of Mist and Fury when it comes to like some of their top fave young adult fantasy things. I have been struggling with some of my young adult fantasy picks lately, and everyone brings these up all the time, so I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm really hopeful that these will kind of erase the stain of some of those young adult fantasy books that I've been involved with for a while. And then the young adult fantasy book that I'm expecting in my Book Outlet haul is Vasa in the Night. I saw it because it was a really great deal on Book Outlet, but I don't remember what it was about. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. My apologies. But that one's coming as well. I think this is the only adult contemporary thriller that I have in my current haul. This is Bonfire by Kristen Ritter. This was my Book of the Month pick for November. I picked it up because I love Kristen Ritter. if you haven't seen Jessica Jones, if you haven't seen The Defenders, I love this actress. I love her. And then this is her first debut novel. So this is a mystery novel about a, I guess, like late 20s woman who works as an environmental lawyer in Chicago, and she's trying to like erase the stain of the small town that she grew up in, and she ends up having to return home because there's like corrupt small town politics. There's a mystery that she gets involved with. So this one sounded really, really interesting, and I love Kristen Ritter, so I had to pick it up. The next book that I have in my haul is The Changeling by Victor Lavalle, and this is the first novel that we are going to read for the Around the World in 1000 Pages book club that is hosted by Ink and Paper blog. So if you have not seen that video where he announces the book club, it is, we are going to read one book for the first 6 months of 2018 that take place in each continent, excluding Antarctica. So the first book that we're going to start in January is The Changeling. This features a young family. The main character's name is Apollo. Him and his wife just have their first child, and his wife starts acting strangely because she is convinced that their child is not theirs, and then she disappears. So this looks so good. I really don't know how I'm supposed to like categorize this. Is it a mystery? Is it a thriller? Is it suspense? Is it fantasy? I don't know. That's why I'm really excited to have this in my TBR for January, and I'm really excited to begin the conversation with Ink and Paper blog to begin this novel. So this is The Changeling by Victor Lavalle. And then the rest of the books in my haul are from my favorite genre of all time, adult fantasy. So 2 of the books that I'm expecting from my book outlet haul. One is The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, and then the other one is A Wall of Storms. It's the second book that is in that Grace of Kings series by Ken Liu. I think it's A Wall of Storms. It's the one with like the really cool skeleton on the cover of the page. One of my 2018 goals is to read some more fantasy that was less Western influenced, and this one is an Asian influenced fantasy novel. So The Grace of Kings and The Wall of Storms should be coming hopefully soon. I'm really, really looking forward to those ones. The next book that I picked up is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the first book in the Kingkiller Chronicles. The second book is out. I don't think the third one is out yet. So I'm not as far behind on this series as I probably could be. So I'm really excited to begin this one. I think I'm gonna like push this up in my TBR. I think I'm gonna get to this sooner than I had anticipated because I'm kind of like shuffling around my TBR. Again, I've heard really, really great things about this one. Just kind of like this like odd, unlikable protagonist. The story is told from his point of view. I didn't want to read too much into it before I got it because I love to be surprised by my fantasy novels. I love to be surprised by them. So this is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And then the final book that I want to showcase is The Tiger's Daughter by Kay Arsenault Rivera. This is, again, another adult fantasy novel. It is another one of those novels that are going to expand my 2018 fantasy horizons. This is a story about 2 warrior women who are in love, and it takes place in this fantasy Mongolian type setting. I'm kind of envisioning, you know, this like matriarchal fantasy society. I'm envisioning this whole thing with this novel. I'm really excited. Again, I've heard really great things about this one, and this is the first book in a series. The second book hasn't come out yet, so I'm pretty excited to begin this soon, so that way I'm not like super behind on another series yet again. This is The Tiger's Daughter by Kay Arsenault Rivera. Okay, so that wraps up my Black Friday book haul. Like, I really hope I can track down that missing box that was supposed to come to me, because there's some really great picks in there, and I got them for such a good price, and I would like hate to have to pay full price for them when I found them already on Book Outlet. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Once again, I wanted to thank everyone who is now joining me over from Ink and Paper blog. I posted a video last week inviting Ink and Paper blog to do my end of the year TBR tag. So I had a number of people subscribe after he did the tag, and so thank you all for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed this book haul. Then you can get an idea for the kind of books that I like to read, and hopefully have some really good recommendations. Mostly adult fantasy is what I love, and so then we can begin this conversation about the books that we like to read. Follow me on social media if you haven't already found me on social media. It's at WhatCastRead, the same as this channel. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on Goodreads. I always link that down below too, so if you're more of a Goodreads person and you're less less of the other social platforms, you can also find me on there. I'm pretty active on Goodreads as well. And otherwise, subscribe, like, love to have you. You guys know how these videos end. I'll talk to you later.